Hey guys, welcome to another Out of Spec Bits video. You join me with a Rivian and my buddy Matt, and Matt built the coolest freaking thing. So we all know when Rivian unveiled the R1T, they had a camp kitchen, and I actually was at the original launch program and ate off of meals from the camp kitchen back in the day. That never turned into reality.
No.
So Matt, what did you do?
So we, like most Rivian people, wanted the camp kitchen, and we decided to build our own once they canceled the program. And we started with a kind of a simple plywood version that we were just going to build for ourselves. And we took it to a couple Bay Area Rivian events as the club was actually just starting. And a lot of people looked at it, kicked the tires, and really loved it. So we decided to kind of take a little time, look at the design, and see if it's something that we could actually produce. And so life threw us some changes after the first time we showed it to people. And so the changes allowed us to kind of launch a company around it. And so we made sure that we made the first version, which is out of plywood, and it kind of backs off of my furniture experience.
Yeah, so tell us about that. Before you got into this, you were into furniture, right?
I'm an industrial designer, so I spent about 30 years manufacturing furniture around the world. There was at one point, there wasn't a hotel that you could go into that I didn't build the furniture in.
Oh, no way. That's amazing.
And so we used that knowledge of manufacturing to build out the first plywood versions that we had. And then as they started kind of gaining some traction across the country, we decided to take that and start sourcing stuff out of metal.
And why the Rivian? So how did you end up with this vehicle in the first place?
A couple reasons. The big one is we're a truck family. We had a Tacoma. We're mountain bike racers. My kids race mountain bikes. I'm a huge biker, so we're always kind of out and about in the wilderness. And Rivian popped up. We saw their video on the auto show in LA, and they were basing their manufacturing in Bloomington, Illinois. And my wife and I are originally from Illinois.
Oh, no
and
way.
we both went to University of Illinois.
Cool.
And my design and manufacturing classes toured the old plant back when it was Mitsubishi TriStar Motors. And so we're like, it's kind of a cool connection between the truck and us and some of the communities that we've lived in and spent time in. So and the form factor, I mean, it's a beautiful truck. I mean, the SUV and the pickup. And so we're like, yeah, this is what we want. This is what we've been looking for.
It's like a Tacoma, but with 800 horsepower.
With 800 horsepower and comfortable seats.
Yeah, that's true. It's really cool. So you got sold on the Rivian thing, and how after, or I should say, how long after since you bought the truck did it take for you to come up with the camp kitchen design process?
Well, I think the better question to ask is how long after Rivian told me that I wasn't going to get mine.
Oh, interesting. So you were going to go with their setup originally.
Right. I was gung-ho, and we were on all the forums at the time, checking out what other people were doing with their trucks. And it was in October that the forum started mentioning that Rivian was having some trouble manufacturing theirs and getting theirs to market. And it's kind of mid-October is when I started, and we had the first prototypes by the 1st of December. I was building them in my basement, right?
Yeah,
because I wasn't planning on manufacturing them. And so we had the first prototypes the 1st of Christmas, and we took it to the Bay Area Rivian Club's Christmas event down in San Mateo, and that's when we did the first showing of it.
And I remember seeing photos on Reddit, on the forums of it, and I was like, this is the coolest freaking thing ever. You did what Rivian wasn't going to do.
Right. And the nice part is that Rivian did the first one, so it gave us a chance to look at the design and decide. There's always trade-offs in design, right? And so sometimes they had trade-offs that they were doing in-house based on what they were doing, and we did our own trade-offs based on our use of the product out in the wild.
Yeah, so you decided to use the gear tunnel, same as their original idea.
Same as their original idea, but one of the things that we didn't like about theirs is that it was too high, it didn't give you enough counter space, and it was, well, frankly, too expensive.
Okay, yeah.
So
how much were they thinking about theirs for?
If you were lucky and you put your order in like 2018, they were $5,000, and if you were unlucky and put your order in after, I think, 2020, they were $6,500.
Wow, that's quite a bit of coin
It's
for
a lot of money.
Limited use case opportunity.
Right.
And so your kit, how much is this kit?
This kit runs, I think it's $36.95.
Not bad.
Not bad. All aluminum, bamboo construction, and bamboo countertops.
Really?
The nice part is that it is manufactured in California.
No
so
way.
All of the bags that you see are made in Vancouver, Washington. All the metal is cut in Lodi, California. All the bamboo is cut in Hayward, California, and we assemble in Hayward and ship from there.
No way. So
Yes.
it's all US and cheaper than what Rivian was going to do.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive, dude. That's really cool.
Experience pays sometimes.
So tell us about the features on it. Obviously, I saw it roll out. We'll have to put it in for everyone to show that.
Yeah.
Really nice slider into the gear tunnel.
Thank you.
And then it kind of comes out folded up. So obviously the
Correct.
viewers have only seen it open, but maybe you can demonstrate kind of how it comes out of the unit over there.
So it's a bifold system.
And why not just do one big fold? Would that have been too heavy to do?
It would have been too heavy, but the big factor that we wanted was the original one bolted into your truck and was there permanently. And so we wanted to make this so that it was user-friendly. So it's 4 bolts. It takes about 15 minutes to install.
Oh, really?
But each of these pieces has a little clip underneath. There's 4 little clips that you do undo, and you can pop it off, and then you just have a sled.
Oh, that's so cool.
So you can stack it in your garage and have full access to your gear sled and not have to deal with the kitchen.
No way, but you still get the slider at that point.
Still get the slider at that point.
Is the slider pretty hard to put in?
No, the slider is the 15-minute part.
Oh,
that is the
okay.
hardest part to put in, and it's just 4 bolts.
Dude, that's amazing. So it comes out like this, and you can see it's perfectly shaped to take up kind of all the space of the gear tunnel.
Correct.
And then let's unfold it. Let's show everyone kind of that process.
So, easy unfold process, just flip it over. There is a sink that resides under the cutting board that pops down.
Perfect.
We opted to go with 4 bags instead of drawers, and we actually prototyped a version with drawers, but the problem was we came home from camping and then we had drawers full of dirty dishes.
Yeah, that's
and then we're like, we live on a 2nd floor, so we had to carry them all upstairs. So we came up with the bag idea because then you can just pull them out, run them upstairs, clean your dishes, and come bring them back down.
Genius. So
And
smart.
The other thing that we did is that, and this is part just because we're not Rivian and don't have access to the vendor stream, right? We felt like the Snow Peak stuff is beautiful. We really like it.
It's so expensive.
Correct. And to be honest, like if you're buying a camp kitchen and you're maxing out your Rivian to go camping, you have most of this stuff already.
Yeah.
So we wanted something that was a little bit more flexible. So we took the photo bag direction and made it so that people could actually have some dividers they could use to strap stuff down, divide it up how they wanted.
And so will you provide any of the cookware, or is that up to the user to specify what they want to bring in their bags?
That's up to the user to what they want to specify. We sell a version on our website, and because of my designer background, we sell Primus because it's a Scandinavian company. They make really beautiful stuff.
Oh, cool.
And they've got these little leather handles on stuff.
I like that.
It's quite nice.
That is nice. That feels very Rivian.
It's very Rivian, and it's all induction friendly, which is nice too.
Amazing.
And so that's what we kind of carry on our site for people. But the biggest thing is like it gives people a chance to kind of set up the kitchen the way they want it. So like the way that we do it is, this is my dinner bag. So it's got my pots and pans and bowls for dinner. My bag up here is my morning breakfast bag.
Oh, I like it. So you separate it by meal almost.
Right, because these are usually the 2 meals that we're making out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
So if you notice, this is breakfast consists of pretty much coffee. You know, we have all manner of coffee items that are all strapped down there.
So ingenious. And in the countertop space that you have is quite a bit.
You wind up with about 9 square feet of counter space, which is fantastic, especially if you're trying to do dishes or kind of prep everything for it.
So tell us about the induction top too, because that's Interesting. How are you powering that? How much, how does that all work?
The induction top works off of the 120 plug that's in the gear tunnel.
Smart.
What we did is brought the power out. So back to my furniture background, I have some suppliers that do industrial grade power supplies. And so we offer 2 outlets on the bottom of the sled that are permanent on the sled that allow people to plug stuff in.
Oh,
so as long as they
cool.
don't exceed the 15 or the 8, I'll say 15 because that's what Rivian says.
Yeah.
1500 watts on the inverter, you won't blow it.
Okay,
We've had some customers that have pushed it with their air fryer and espresso machines, and it's an easy reset, but we recommend people just
stay under the max.
max.
And then this works with obviously induction cooktop hardware.
Induction cooktop hardware. This is a company, they're based out of Los Angeles. They actually manufacture out of China. So this is the one piece that we do, one of the 2 major pieces we do need to import because they're just not available here. It's got 2 burners. The main burner runs at about 1800 watts on full blast, which is again above the inverter limit. However, the way that the induction runs is it's peak 1800 to kick it on and get it going, and then it comes back down.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's balanced. So if you turn this one on 9 and then you turn the other one on, it will actually drop them back down so that you don't overload the inverter.
So almost no risk of popping the inverter just using this alone.
We have never had somebody pop the inverter, and we've shipped hundreds of these across the US.
That's amazing. That's really cool. And I'm noticing you have a Dometic situation over here. What's this all about?
So in order to get water in, we use the Dometic system to pump water into the sink to do dishes. It's just fast, easy.
Does this come with the kit?
It does not. It's a separate add-on that we have on the website with the.
Oh, but you can purchase it from you.
But you can purchase it from us as well.
Very cool. And so you've got your water tank right there with the pump, and you got water. Boom.
And you're seeing us doing some prototyping too in the wild.
Yeah, there's some interesting things going on in there. So I'm so thrilled that you have this, and I think it's most impressive that you don't have an additional stand out on this end.
We don't have a leg on it. We do get a little bit of deflection on the kit, but as we spent time going to Overland Expos and seeing people out in the field, all the kits have deflection, and it's kind of part of the industry of what people offer out in space. And so we felt comfortable with what we have. We try to keep the deflection under 2 degrees over the entire length, so it winds up being about 1/4 of an inch. But the latest one that we have here, actually we have about that deflection, but I can actually stand on the end of it.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
But that's how we test it. We have a 200-pound test dummy.
Now, Thunderbolt also makes other stuff. You guys do.
We do
some stuff in the back. Maybe we can show everyone.
We do. We have some stuff in the back, and we do some soft goods as well.
Yeah, we should definitely showcase some of that. Your truck, by the way, we've been off-roading all day.
Yeah.
So you've been using it. You've been having fun with it. It's great.
All day. And the kitchen is clean, right? All day out in the dirt, dust and dirt.
Impressive. Oh, Drew's driving a Sierra.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought it was Drew for a second. It's not Drew. Yeah. We'll see you out there. I'm going to go drive it. Okay. You be ready. So show us what you got back here.
I want to drive that too.
Yeah, come with us. Let's go.
So this is a product actually born out of King of the Hammers. So we would be out all day off-roading, and you saw, I mean, we're bouncing all over the place.
Oh yeah, the trucks are getting beat up.
Right, and most people would have stuff in the back and it all slides to the front no matter what you do.
Right.
So we've been out all day. It's a little dusty because it's not sealed, but I know where everything is, and it's actually easy to access it.
So cool.
The nice part, the tough part with this was trying to get it so that it fit under the tonneau cover.
Right.
But we kept fairly low profile.
Low profile, dude. I mean, that's what, 2 inches maybe?
No. So this is 7/8 of an inch.
Less than an inch.
But after you use the channels,
valleys,
the channels in the bed, you only wind up losing about 1/2 an inch.
Oh, that's nothing.
Nothing.
That's nothing.
So other systems on the market, you either lose the entire space, or you lose so much that you can't fit a cooler.
And this cooler you found fits perfectly under there.
Fits perfectly under here. There's a couple of them on the market that do. We carry the Travaco.
Looks nice.
It's a beautiful cooler. It's a dual zone, so you can freeze stuff or refrigerate stuff.
That's cool.
It's again a small company out of Wisconsin. They manufacture these overseas, but they're just starting up, and we like the look of it, and we think it's a great product. So we've got those on the site too.
That's a really nice unit right there.
Here's actually one of the best things that I found about this one is that it's got two 12 sockets on either side, DC ports.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's a little hard to see there. Yeah. There's one on the other side. So what I do is I plug one DC unit into the 12-volt system of the truck. So when the truck's running, runs the cooler. Yeah. And then at nighttime, when the 12-volt system runs off, we run off the 12-volt system of the Jackery.
So I see what you're saying. It has two 12-volt inputs, so that you can keep this running all the time with the Jackery. And then how does the Jackery charge up? You just plug it into the truck?
I plug it into the truck. So if we need to, so that way the inverter on the truck is off, and so we're maximizing the battery pack on the truck.
That's really cool.
The other thing that it uses is instead of using the T or the L tracks, we actually use the E track system, and that allows us to have basically some heavier duty style strap downs.
Right, exactly.
And they have shelf brackets that we can use for vertical mounting stuff. So we've been working on some things for like Milwaukee toolboxes or ways to strap in propane tanks and things like that.
This is just so useful, the shelving to come out. It's unbelievable. And then, of course, having any kind of standardized locking system is really important.
Right. And the other thing that's important to us as a company, too, is like allowing our customers to be able to customize it, too. Like, some of our early kitchens that were all out of plywood, people were mounting sinks and stuff all over them, and it was actually kind of neat to see. And this is the same way. If they have the E-track and they use some of the brackets, they can make their own attachments for it, because there's no way that we can design for everybody's use case, but there's enough bits and bops out there for people to actually make their own system.
Yeah, and up front you've got some stuff too. Let's go check that out too.
Oh, the other nice thing about this is that it's hinged. You can still get to your spare tire too.
Really?
Yeah.
How what do you mean? You mean so it folds up?
The spare tire is in the under the trunk, the
underfloor cover.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you take everything out, you slide this back in, it pops up. So it's hinged in the middle. You don't have to take the system out to get to that tire well.
I mean, just like any normal, if you got to get your spare tire, you got to take the stuff out anyway.
Right.
And so this you just flip up.
Yeah.
That is so smart. I love that. Man, you guys really are killing it. That's amazing. I remember the last time I heard about what y'all were up to is when it was the plywood.
The plywood one,
and you've come such a long way. It's so impressive.
Yeah, and the plywood one was super durable. And the funny thing is that it was the same weight as this one. Like aluminum didn't make it lighter. Plywood is like one of those materials that I don't think people realize how many things are made out of it that you wouldn't think of. Airplanes. I mean, you can buy they still make airplanes out of plywood. Yeah. There are car chassis that were made out of plywood.
Absolutely. Boeing still does it.
Yeah. And so plywood is super versatile. Boats, made plywood too. But we got enough feedback from people. They're like, I want something metal.
Okay.
And so the aluminum wound up actually being a great route. It introduced us to some great people that we work with, and it's been a fantastic crew, and it kind of got us to be able to do the bed slider, and so it's kind of led into some other things which have been pretty fantastic.
Wow, that's really, really neat.
And last but not least,
and this is kind of a switching gears product, more or less.
This is switching gears. But
this is really cool, I think.
Since we do bike camp and we do a lot of that stuff, one of the things that we like to have is, a good spot for all of our clothing. And so we have, I haven't pre-checked.
Yeah, no dirty underwear. Great. Okay, we're safe.
So a lot of people were like trying to put their coolers and cold stuff up here, but one of the things that in the Rivian, at least, is that we noticed that it's the warmest spot in the truck.
Oh, interesting.
And so for us, when we get up in the morning, our clothes are actually quite toasty. So not trying to put on cold clothes, but also like it's sealed. So it's one of the clean spaces in the truck too. So like if we had our trucks in a cab today, they'd be a mess.
Right.
And so being it sealed, we made a 4-unit piece that goes inside. So you get a little toiletry bag. And we did a bunch of different versions of these. But the big thing that we wanted to be able to do is, you know, if you're going into a hotel, you've got decent handles to grab it.
So smart.
The big bags, you can actually throw it over your shoulder and carry it in. Along with it having waterproof nylon construction, there's also dry bags for, you know, dirty clothes that you don't want to touch the other stuff. And each of the bags has one. So the kind of the amenities bag has a little dry bag, and then the clothes bag has one as well.
Very smart. So overall, maybe tell us a little bit about the future of the company. You've got some really cool stuff now. You're going to keep making stuff. What's the plan?
The plan is to keep making stuff. We actually, I mean, again, being a designer, you never stop kind of coming up with new ideas. We want to start kind of branching out to other SUVs or to other EVs.
Nice.
We've been looking at some Cybertruck, especially like the bed glider that we have, as well as we're excited to see the Silverado. That's one of my kind of favorite companies to see is GM kind of pushing these out, because nothing is more mainstream than General Motors, right? And growing that community with people that maybe aren't looking for the Mercedes of EV trucks. So we are looking at some stuff for the R1S as well, for the back of the SUV, storage, slide out stuff, and try and pull that together, as well as improving, you know, the products that we currently have in terms of next generation stuff.
Well, it's really cool, and I guess the website that they should go to, is it goevcamping.com?
Yeah, just go to goevcamping.com. You can find all the products on there.
Yeah, or scan this QR code if you're watching this on your TV or whatever. Hold your phone up, scan that. I can't thank you enough for the time.
No problem. I would say the one thing is if you're a Rivian owner, check out your local Rivian club. You get to do fun events like this, and then you get fun discounts on products like these.
Oh, no way. That's amazing. So if you're part of a Rivian club, check there and then go to the website and then buy a camp kitchen.
Correct.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for the time. Congratulations to you guys. I'm so happy to see this really turn into a really cool business for you. And yeah, what an amazing thing. I definitely got to get this for the R1T someday. Just an awesome setup. So go evcamping.com, and also shout out to Optima for hosting us here at King of the Hammers. Super fun time. Before we end the video, most popular product. What is this?
Pet deck cover.
Okay.
So it goes over the tool well in the back and covers up so that you can either throw boxes or whatever you want inside the back of the truck.
So smart. So that goes right under here. Yes. And so that way your dog's not getting all caught up in there.
Dog's not getting caught up. And the nice part is snaps right down, and then you don't have to take it out to take the deck out. So
love it.
Cool to see.
Cool product. Really cool product. Like the idea.